It is truly an honor to be with you all this evening, and I truly wish I was there with you in person to introduce a woman who represents the very best of officiating, the integrity, the excellence, the courage and commitment it takes to be an official. Cathy Cronin Beam. I first met Cathy in the late 1980s when I was just beginning my division or small college women's basketball officiating career. My late father was the assigning supervisor at the time, and for a couple of years, Cathy and I shared the floor together. They were amazing games and amazing experiences. We both were really young. I was really learning, and Cathy was already demonstrating what professionalism looked like. And it wasn't because she was loud, and it wasn't because she demanded attention. It was because she was steady, she was prepared, and fearless, truly fearless in the right moments. You always knew one thing about Cathy. The game was going to be officiated the right way. And her career quickly moved beyond those small gymnasiums. She advanced to Division I women's basketball, working multiple conferences, and she continued to distinguish herself through consistency and excellence. She was a 34-year member of District 6 in the PIAA. Her accomplishments are so many, it is difficult to list all of them. But some of those accomplishments are not only a 34-year member of District 6, but she officiated 6 PIAA state high school championships, 8 Division I conference championships, and she earned many assignments in the NCAA tournament. And in 1992, Cathy was selected as Official of the Year for the NFOA, a gigantic accomplishment. And those weren't just resume lines. Those were trust assignments. But what makes Cathy's legacy even more enduring is how she continued to give back after her on-court career had ended. She was an observer, an evaluator, and is still an amazing mentor. Beyond the assignments and the accolades, what I remember most is how she carried herself. She never sought the spotlight. She let her work speak for herself. She made her partners better. And when the gym got loud, as it often did, Cathy got quieter, more focused, more precise. In a profession where you're often noticed most when something goes wrong, Cathy built a career where games flowed, championships were decided by players, and when a whistle or a foul needed to be called, she made it. Fairness was never questioned when she was on the court. That's not just officiating. That's impact. That's legacy. And tonight, as we honor her induction into the Hall of Fame, we celebrate not only a remarkable resume, but we celebrate a standard of excellence. And Cathy, I know that Ted isn't with you this evening, at least not physically with you, but he is with you in spirit, and I pray that he is hearing me as I introduce you right now. I will tell you, there were many drives for me personally to State College through those wintry mountains. When I would get to the back of the loading dock and walk up the stairs and into the arena, and the first person I would see would be Ted. So Cathy, from those small college gymnasiums in the 1980s to the biggest stages in high school in the NCAA, you represented all of us with class and strength. And it is my honor and privilege to welcome you to the Blair County Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Jean, for those kind words. It was always a pleasure working with Jean. We had a lot of great times together. And I'd like to offer my congratulations to Dave, Lori, George, Christy, and Bob on their well-deserved honors, as well as the 2 Altoona High basketball teams and our scholarship winners, Zaylin and Jake. Congratulations to all of you. Good evening, everyone. I'm used to coming in the back door of the arena and going unnoticed. I come out before the game, do my job. The players got the cheers. The officials might get some boos. Then I leave quickly and quietly and go home. Tonight, I feel incredibly humbled and honored standing here before you. I'd like to offer my sincere thanks to Neil and to Cathy Millward for all your help, and to the selection committee for recognizing my hard work and dedication to the wonderful world of basketball officiating. I had the pleasure of working for 34 years actively running on the floor, and now 50 years in total, serving our talented athletes. I'd like to thank the Lord for the many incredible blessings that He's given me over the years. I'm eternally grateful for my wonderful family, my parents, Bill and Kay Cronin, my 5 brothers and sisters, Danny, Peggy, Terry, Sharon, and Eddie, and the entire Beam family, many of whom are here with me tonight. I'd also like to thank my many friends who are here tonight in attendance. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for your support and your encouragement and your love, especially over these last several months. I don't know what I'd do without you, and I love you all. I got my love of sports from my dad, who took me to games throughout each season to see the Phillies, the Eagles, and Big 5 basketball at the Palestra. That's where I found my love for the game of basketball. I played multiple varsity sports in high school and college, and in 1976, while still a student at Penn State, I began my basketball officiating career, thanks in part to then Penn State women's basketball coach Pat Miser, and my first officiating mentor, collegiate official Joyce Sipple. One of the best things that I ever did was to move to Altoona upon graduation in 1977. Blair County has been my home for 49 years now, and I'm so very fortunate to be a member of such a wonderful, close-knit community. I joined the Gerald Spalding chapter of PIAA basketball officials here in Altoona, where I was graced with some incredible mentors. I'd like to especially recognize the late and highly respected Ron Rickens and Dave Himes Sr. as 2 of my most influential supporters and mentors locally. Both Ron and Dave helped numerous young officials hone their skills with their guidance and expertise, and I'm forever grateful to them both for taking an interest in me and guiding me as a young official. I was very fortunate over the years to work for some extraordinary collegiate supervisors who helped me through my career. I'd like to mention and thank just a few of them. Gene Steratore Sr., who hired me into the Tri-State Collegiate Basketball Officials Association. He was the father of Gene, who introduced me tonight. Edgar Cortado, who taught me more about the game than any single individual. He assigned me to many Division I games, conference tournaments, and finals, and ultimately got me the exposure and recommendations to the NCAA Women's Tournament. Without his mentorship and trust, I would not have been selected to work the 5 consecutive years in the big dance. That was a dream come true. To Owen Haddon, the PSAC supervisor of officials, I worked many years for him, leading to tournament selections and Final Fours. When I retired from active officiating in 2010, he hired me as the Associate Coordinator of Women's Basketball Officials for the PSAC, in charge of assigning, developing, and evaluating officials, and running camps to identify and develop and hire new and upcoming officials. I was now able to give back to the game and the profession that I truly love. To Patty Broderick, the Big Ten supervisor, who knew me from many years of officiating and hired me as a Big Ten officials observer, and who recommended me to the national office in Indianapolis. There I was selected as one of 16 evaluators in the country assigned each year to the first and second rounds of the big dance. And to John Levinson, the current NCAA Women's Basketball Secretary Rules Editor and the NEC Supervisor of Officials. I'm grateful to have had these and many other great mentors, too many to mention, over my career. The thing that I am most grateful for throughout my career is the many, many lasting friendships that I have formed over the last 50 years in refereeing over 1,100 college games and over 500 PIAA games. My fellow officials are my teammates. Blair County is lucky to have some very talented and dedicated individuals who give of their time and service to officiate for our student athletes, charged with keeping the playing field fair for all involved. Chris Rickens, Dave Heim Jr., Sue Kavinsky, Skip Dry, Gary Zimmerman, there are just a few that are here tonight who have done an exemplary job and who I am proud to call my friends. Finally, the most wonderful blessing that the Lord gave me over my years of officiating was my husband, Ted. We met through refereeing after I moved to Blair County. We worked some high school games together and would often meet up with other officials to socialize and discuss recent game situations. Our friendship and mutual respect for each other grew into something much more, and in 1999 we were married. We shared 26 years of marriage together. Ted was the love of my life. When I got the call from Neil that I was going to be inducted, and I told Ted, he was absolutely thrilled for me. Ted was my biggest advocate. He always supported my career. Sadly, Teddy recently passed away in September, and I'm heartbroken. I wish you could be here with me tonight to share in this incredible honor. I know that Teddy's spirit is here, and he's here with me right now. He's enjoying this evening. He's my guardian angel, my best friend, watching over me. And my husband, Teddy, ladies and gentlemen, he is the ultimate blessing that basketball officiating has ever given me. God bless you all, and thank you for this incredible honor.
High school. He loved the game of football. He instilled that love of the game into me, my teammates, all the players that played at Williamsburg and at Central, I'm sure. I love the practices.